Dignitas taking on PSG, okay? A team that we have always had very high expectations for, up against a team that kind of rides the roller coaster of, oh, they're great, oh, they're not. Now, the desk was saying, I don't know, I need to see more out of PSG. And I'm going to say the last time I said that about PSG, I was like, this team's the most boring team in the RLCS. They need to do something more, and they came out and performed admirably and qualified for LAN. So maybe they'll do it again here in week 2.
You know, I don't really buy the assessment that Dignitas is an up-and-down team. They lost one series. So
No. I think it's PSG that's the up and down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, PSG is a team that, you know, they have proven in the past that they belong in the World Championship level of play. But, you know, they also have a very difficult schedule. They played not Dignitas.
They played
Vitality. They played Vitality first week. And now Dignitas now. So it's a very front-loaded schedule for them.
Exactly. So we knew this was going to be a rough start for them either way. That if they're able to get a win here in these first few weeks, it'd be a huge deal for the boys from Paris. Chalset starting on offense. PSG in the blue. Here comes Farah as Dignitas in the orange will look to bounce back after their first loss in over a year, but that's not a good start. A shot from the midfield will go all the way in. PSG's on the board first. Yeah, just a play where you're shaking your head. Yukio and Violent Panda both going for the same ball there. Violent Panda, you know, that was just a miscommunication, and it left the net wide open. Fruity's going to get an easy goal for PSG. Good start. The boys in blue as PSG advances on offense once more. Farah now aloft in the midfield. I'll follow it himself. Violent Panda there, and it gets beaten. Yukio all the way to the corner. Turbo Pulsar will look to play this one, but Chalset, a nice high read. Will clear it all the way back down, and Turbo Pulsar has to retreat. Farah now popping one up. And towards the goal, and Violent Panda takes it away. Beat Chalset on the challenge, but Fruity with another shot. Yukio to send this one all the way to midfield. Followed himself, wins the challenge against Farah. Chalset up on the backboard. Able to get it away. Fruity looks to challenge Violent Panda, but the challenge goes neutral. Turbo Pulsar comes in as well. Chalset now down the field. A lot of just kind of alternating contact between the teams right now. It feels like everyone looking to get the ball out of their own half. Another shot, and this one just in from Farah. A clanger, 2 players in goal, neither one up for it.
PSG has just been keeping this pressure on, and even here, Violent Panda not opting to come up and challenge, trying to save the shot, but it was just a perfect shot from Farah, and PSG coming out swinging.
Dignitas yet to get on the board. 3:34 left to go. Farah now advancing again by himself past one, looking for a double tap, can't find it. Fruity comes in though, gets it off the post and back into the goal. 3 goals now for PSG in the first half of game 1.
Yeah, and again, just a misread from Turbo on the goal line. He didn't have a ton of boost, and after he misread it, the net was again wide open for Fruity. So this Dignitas squad looking a little shaky in game 1.
Can they find a way to get it off of kickoff, perhaps? As Turbo Pulsar sends one in, he certainly does. Look at that. A shot from the side. Great follow-up as Yukio actually was on the cheat up. Turbo Pulsar coming in quickly after the boost grab. Will put one in.
And you got to wonder, why did Fruity not jump to try to make that save? I honestly don't know why, because the ball was coming right for him, or right to him, and all he needed to do was jump. So perhaps he was trying to dodge a demo, or he thought someone was back. I don't know what was going on there.
He just couldn't believe it was coming so fast. Farah now past one. Turbo Pulsar up on the wall as Yukio advances as well, looking for the pass. Actually just takes the shot himself. Chalset makes the save, but Yukio coming in. Farah will get it away. This PSG holds on. Now Farah up to midfield. Violent Panda onto the wall. Fruity will find a response down the field, and Chalset comes in, but Turbo Pulsar shuts him down. Farah, another win. The 1v1 game, something that Dignitas has always been able to hang their hat on pretty heavily, and here PSG's been doing an excellent job in the midfield of winning. This is something we pointed out during the pre-show that Dignitas needed to find a way to fix. Just Turbo Pulsar up, Chalset now down the field. Yukio with a response. Fruity alone in net. There's nobody followed up on the contact. Farah now down, and again, this long punts. It feels like everybody is like, I don't want the ball. You have the ball over there, and then they'll wait for a mistake and score off of that. Here comes Chalset for another one, again and in. the mistake on the wall this time.
And this is where I think Dignitas has been struggling, is the backboard defense. Yukio just wasn't in position to get there in time, and a well-executed self-pass for Chaussette. But, you know, even before, Turbo missing the backboard read, and, you know, multiple times just on the backboard, I have not felt like Dignitas has been playing to their usual standard. And even the first goal, we saw it was a double commit by Violent Panda and Yukio. The communication, the execution, a lot of stuff failing for Dignitas right now.
Farah sends another one on. Oh. Just Yukio doesn't get a foot on that. I thought he got it, but no. Farah puts in another one. This is now 5-1.
And this one, you know, Violent Panda opting to go for the full boost rather than make a touch on the ball. And that comes back to haunt him. Farah just has a perfectly placed shot. Yet again, he already had one that was crossbar down. This time, finding the far post. But in that situation, that play could have been shut down or at least delayed if Violent Panda chose to get the ball instead of the boost there.
Fruity through the air, past Yukio. Back into the box, Turbo Pulsar will hope to pick it up, but Fruity finds the back pass to Farah. Now Violent Panda up. This touch is dangerous. Turbo Pulsar has to clear to the side. Chaussette knows where it's going, and now he's adjusted the pass back into the midfield, looking for the shot for Fruity, but Turbo Pulsar shuts him down. But Farah back in. The pressure continues for PSG. Fruity, an excellent touch to dump it back to Farah. Airborne to beat Turbo Pulsar. Chaussette in underneath Yukio. The pressure from PSG, 6-1 with a minute and 20 left to go.
We're one goal away from the Brazil here, as Chaussette comes in, and you see him just well-timed jump to get a low shot, and again, putting it away from the defender. So now all members of PSG, 2 goals apiece. Farah also as a playmaker. PSG has just been schooling Dignitas.
Turbo to Violent Panda, the shot is high. The pass was good, but they could not find the placement. Yukio now back to Violent Panda, but beaten by Chaussette. The reads from PSG just so much faster than Dignitas, as Dignitas tries to string together any sort of offensive drive. And oh no, Yukio's not going to get it as Farah puts it in. Another excellent pass, and a Brazil in game number 1 on Dignitas.
You know, and the Brazil, we haven't seen it in a while. But Farah getting his hat trick, also has a playmaker award, scoring the goal for the Brazil. Obviously, a reference to the Brazil versus Germany game.
Many years ago.
Many years ago, and I don't know why we call it Brazil, and Germany was the team.
Germany was the team. It's to rub the, it's not about how badly the team won, it's about how badly the team lost. It's Turbo Pulsar now down the field. They will look to break this record. Change up the score line before the end. With 39 seconds left to go, things not looking good. And it's a different story than we had in match number 1. As Yukio will finally. Oh, are you kidding? If he just,
why?
If he just hadn't touched it, it was in, right?
Yes, it was Wave Punk. It was in.
I don't know what they're. I think he may be expecting the goalie trying to get cheeky there.
I mean, it could honestly be that they just want to get into the next game.
Yeah, he's like, please don't score. Let's just.
But now they score.
But then no, Turbo Pulsar is like, Yukio, you silly. Here's how you score the goal. Oh my goodness.
So, and that was a very strong shot. But I mean, this game is over. You know, PSG in a situation like Vitality was in, where they can just start toying with the other team.
My goodness, this has been a day for upsets already. And even if Dignitas comes back and wins the series in the following games, I don't know. This is just,
it's alarming.
It is such a wake-up call that this Dignitas team is in a different position than they have been for years. The change from K-Dop to Yukio has changed up the entire way this team has to approach the RLCS.
And we actually get to see this matchup later today with Dignitas going up against Vitality. And right now, it seems like K-Dop is the guy who is just experiencing all the success. Yukio obviously coming in, they got the DreamHack title, but now in the RLCS, they lost last week to Barcelona, and now getting stomped in game 1 by PSG. This would be a very difficult spot, a spot they have never found themselves in, having to be 0-2 out of the gate in league play.
No, this is a team that has built a legacy on never losing in league play. This is the one thing that they can always count on. We'll go 7-0 into the playoffs, right? It's just a matter of can we make it through the playoffs undefeated as well. These guys have been incredible, and already week 1 taking a loss, week 2 here not looking better. And we'll see if they bounce back in Game 2. Oftentimes, Game 1 and Game 2, stark differences as the teams make use of that reset, and they'll be able to adjust. So we'll see if they can come out swinging a little bit more here. I felt like really it was PSG. At first, it was just defensive mistakes, but then as Dignitas started to try and ramp up, PSG was right there with them every part of the way.
I loved particularly Farah's shooting. Farah just had some really great shots, really well placed, and you know, Dignitas, like you said, they did make some mistakes, but it was also PSG playing well. However, Dignitas is a team that I feel is one of the more mentally composed teams. So I would not be surprised to see them bounce back in this Game 2, get the win, and then keep chugging.
Game 2 moving on to Aquadome. Dignitas wins the first kickoff. Chaussette trying to get out of his own corner. Violent Panda will dunk him. Farah, nobody contesting him, will drop this one up the midfield. Now Turbo Pulse looking for Yukio, responded by Fruity. Violent Panda gets it away, but Farah's there. And no one's really set up a net. He's taking his time getting ball control here. That will give time for the rest of Dignitas to get back, but is it enough? Chaussette nearly finds the shot anyways. Violent Panda tries to take it out, but Farah puts it back across the field, and Turbo will pick this one up. Try to dribble it out, but challenge won cleanly by Fruity, and now back on the defense for Dignitas.
And that was still a good play. Farah going for an air dribble there. Chaussette had a great read on it, and that was, you know, millimeters away from being a goal.
Farah nearly finds another one. Fruity comes in for the challenge, but Dignitas wins it for the moment. Then Chaussette changes things, crushes their hopes and dreams, and for the first minute, the ball has been entirely in the orange here. Turbo pulls it past one. Chaussette shuts it down at midfield. Now turning back, looking to carry it past Violent Panda, who has the read. Fruity demolished in the midfield. This could be an opening, but Farah has other ideas. Pass two. Turbo Pulsa will punt it, but Fruity's got the read. Now back over to Farah again. This one a bit high and needs some help, but Violent Panda will shut it down before any help can come through. PSG still with Dignitas' number. As Fruity finds another shot, Turbo Pulsa gets it away. Chaussette into the corner. Yukio with a miss. Chaussette will punish. PSG continue the streak.
And Violent Panda, he was in the net, no boost, trying to pick up pads. He had 12, and Fruity just comes in and pummels him. And Violent Panda he didn't have the boost, because if he jumps, he's not going to be able to get back to the ground really fast enough to be able to jump and make the save. It was just a hopeless situation for Panda, who I thought, you know, was playing good defense at the start. And now it's just PSG. That was a ruthless play by Fruity.
Yeah, I don't even know if Violent Panda had been on the ground with all the boost if he could have blocked that shot. Upper 90s so fast. A nearly unsavable play from PSG.
He had to be able to dodge.
Yeah, Turbo pulls it with the dribble, sets it up for Yukio, looks for the shot, but it's blocked by Fruity now. Chaussette out of net will look out back to Farah, and look, he connects immediately with his teammate back to midfield. An excellent response from Turbo Pulsa to put it back into the blue. Chaussette with the high punt, get it all the way onto the backboard. Violent Panda tries to play some defense here. Doesn't get contested by anybody, and Yukio will be able to extend it into the blue. Chaussette now looking for Fruity. Shut down by Violent Panda. It's Yukio with a nice soft touch and in. A tie game. And Dignitas finds a play that they can build a win off of.
Yeah, and look at that. A hammer of a clear by Violent Panda. Just a beautiful shot from Yukio. And that's exactly what Dignitas needed. And, you know, Violent Panda, I thought he was starting out very strong with his defensive plays. And even there, that was just that's the type of defensive plays that Dignitas need.
I was doing it too. Violent Panda now, pass one. Farah will up to Fruity. Can he find the shot? Actually doesn't even make contact. Here comes Farah with to try and extend the drive. Yukio has other ideas. The pinch off Chaussette. Drop it down on the far side. Turbo Pulsa up, puts it back into the middle. Violent Panda respects Chaussette already in the air, and Yukio now through two. Turbo Pulsa looking for the shot, back into the box. Yukio play it, but Fruity gets it away. Violent Panda now in again and off to the side. Chaussette will look to ride the wall all the way back into the orange. Yukio to Violent Panda, it's not going to happen. Yukio ends up picking it up by himself. Chaussette now, pass two. Yukio and Violent Panda with the fake. Chaussette up, will carry it high, but this is still a dangerous ball. Needs some help from Farah, and they get it off to the side. 1:48 left to go. Dignitas looking to bounce back in the series after an embarrassing game number one. Things have looked significantly better here in game two.
Yes, they absolutely have. Yukio especially hitting that shot. That was a big shot. Now another one from Turbo, denied by Chaussette. But this is a completely different Dignitas team.
Violent Panda back in front. Chaussette out to Fruity at the midfield. The touch is soft onto the wall, and Turbo's got to read. Violent Panda will send it into the corner. Can Yukio come in with a shot? He puts it soft onto the wall, and Fruity is happy to take control of this one. Violent Panda beating Fruity, but losing to Chaussette. Farah to play it all the way down into the orange corner. A response from Turbo, long ways. Fruity will get up in time. And this ball spending more time near the ceiling than anything else right now. It's been a high flying last minute, still tied up with 1 minute to go. Fruity puts it up. Following this, Yukio onto the side. Now Farah to challenge Turbo Pulsa. Still winning the challenge, though it doesn't go in. Chaussette sending it there. Turbo Pulsa will get it long ways down the field towards the blue goal. Farah looking for Fruity on the side. He gets interrupted by Violent Panda. Here comes Chaussette now. Another shot towards the goal. Farah saves this one, keeps the game within reach for PSG. Is Fruity now out to Chaussette. The shot long ways down the field is high, and to clear from Turbo's not great. Yukio will get it past the front line of Fruity. Turbo Pulsa now with the shot towards the goal. It'll be Chaussette to send it away. 20 seconds remaining. Both teams looking to finish it off in regulation or face overtime. Yukio passed it. Violent Panda towards the net. Fruity, can he get up in time? He makes the save. The last line of defense keeps the game alive. With 10 seconds remaining.
Great hit.
Violent Panda past him. Yukio airborne up against Farah. Drops it back down. Fruity with one last attempt. Up against Turbo on the back end. Carrying it, keeping it alive. Tries, but it gets it shut down. Overtime in game 2.
Yeah, I was thinking Fruity might have had a chance to end it there, but even so, his defense in the final seconds kept PSG alive to even be in this overtime.
Yukio looks for the double tap. Following kickoff, couldn't find it. Fruity now onto the wall. Yukio back in front. Violent Panda's already airborne, but Farah, shorter travel distance, gets it away all the way down the field. Turbo Pulse's touch is soft. And now Farah with a shot. Yukio back out. Turbo Pulse now off the vertices, drops it into the box, but couldn't get it between the posts. Farah now with the dribble. Turbo Pulse is trying. Farah made a name for himself on dribble plays to win games.
Absolutely.
That one doesn't quite materialize. Here he comes for another shot. Yukio now in. Here comes Fruity up against Turbo and Violent Panda on the back wall. Turbo Pulsa wins the challenge, and Yukio now out to extend the play towards the goal. Chaussette airborne. Farah actually gets it away, but the double commit does create an opening. Violent Panda setting this one high and now looking for the pass into the box. Couldn't get it through Chaussette.
And really good, really good pressure mounting for Dignitas. They have been keeping this ball in PSG's half for quite some time, and even having a few opportunities to potentially score.
So they get this one back into the orange. Deflection to the side on a demolition onto Yukio. This is a good opportunity for PSG. They get it past 2. Here comes Farah in with the last shot to put it in and win the game. PSG now up 2 games on Dignitas.
And I love the interference play. Look at Fruity. Chaussette bumps Panda. Fruity takes out Yukio, just drives right in front of him and just paves the way. PSG, that is a massive win for them.
2 games in a row, 1 away from sweeping Dignitas, who have won 1 game this season. Not 1 match, 1 game. They have yet to get a full 3 wins to put a win up in the column on the standings. Right now, struggling.
They are absolutely struggling, and PSG, I mean, this was a completely different game than game 1. PSG playing defense the whole time. Look at the amount of saves that PSG had.
PSG put up 12 saves to the 14 shots from Dignitas. They were not without opportunities to score, but 6 saves from Chaussette. 2 savior medals in this game.
And even for Fruity in the final seconds, just great defense from him. And I think, there was one chance where I think, it looked like a double commit from PSG, and Yukio had to come off the wall and get a shot on net. Farah was in position to potentially make a save, but he just didn't get a great shot. The game could have ended there as well. Dignitas very close, but now, PSG is in a situation they find themselves in quite a bit, where they are up 2-0. And the question is, can they close it out? Or they seem to be more than any other team vulnerable to the reverse sweep.
Yes.
So this, if they can close it out here, though, this would set a new tone, I feel like, and it would help get them the confidence to just close those series.
It wouldn't just set a new tone for PSG. It set a new tone for Dignitas.
Absolutely.
Who would be 6-1 on the season for games.
And this is a very similar situation to the FC or the Barcelona game, where I feel like just that first goal here is going to be so massive. If PSG gets it, that could be the nail in the coffin for Dignitas.
Especially Farah, man. And Fruity, off the corner. Here comes Chaussette in with another opportunity, and he finds it. The speed of Chaussette to beat the last defender on the rotation, and PSG's got the lead.
Yeah, you might have to start sounding the alarms. Yukio getting beat here. Panda trying to get back in time, but Chaussette just a little too fast for him, and he snuck that one in underneath the crossbar. PSG scoring in the first 20 seconds.
You said it'd be about the first goal, and they wasted no time. A full team play as well. It started with Farah, then Fruity, and ended with Chaussette sinking it home.
And the road doesn't get any easier for Dignitas. They're playing that Vitality team that we just saw crush Barcelona. So, you know, this could be very easily a week where Dignitas goes 0-3.
This could be a historic week for Rocket League in multiple ways. It's Fruity up to mess with Yukio. Gets it out to Turbo Pulsa, and they'll play it into the blue. Chaussette putting it back to midfield. Farah advancing. Wins the challenge outright in the midfield. No contact from Violent Panda, and Yukio will get the clear to break up the play. Chaussette now into the corner. Looking for Violent Panda. Doesn't find it. Fruity up. Turbo Pulsa popped it out. Farah beats him and sends it onto the crossbar. Looking for a second touch. Violent Panda will get this one. Chaussette again beating him on the wall. PSG winning the solo battle against Dignitas, something I didn't think I'd ever say about any team. The thing that these guys have always been able to rely upon is their individual plays against individual players.
I think it's just the fact that PSG's fundamentals are so strong. They're not really double committing that much. Look at even there, good clears, well-placed shots. Everything is going well for PSG. They're just playing so smoothly.
3:15 on the clock. PSG with everything they need to sweep Dignitas. The two-time world champs. Turbo Pulsa having done it 3 times in a row. Chaussette sending it away. PSG, a team that's never even gotten to play in the title match.
Yeah, and I mean, the current DreamHack champions. World Championship finalists. This is a Dignitas team that is not used to being in this situation.
Violent Panda with a shot. Fruity pops this one up. Here comes Yukio to try and finish it off, but there's a lot of space between him and the goal, and Farah has time to adjust. He and Fruity now getting this one out, and not the best touch from Fruity. Chaussette out of goal will extend it long ways. An excellent clear. It buys so much time as we cross the middle of the game. Farah now in, wins another challenge with Yukio. Thinks about moving up. A little bit of confusion with she and Chaussette, but Chaussette still, are you kidding me? They hesitated so long on this play, and he still outright wins the contact and scores.
Yeah, and Turbo, just a little bit of indecision, and also not the greatest angle on the jump. He left that shooting lane open for Chaussette to put a shot on target. Ideally, for Turbo, he's getting right in between the ball and the net to prevent any kind of shot from coming in. Force the 50-50, and then hope you get a good bounce, but Chaussette just got there quick, and he has been just so tactical for PSG, and that time just getting a goal in a situation where he probably shouldn't have scored.
Should not have scored at all. Dignitas easily could deal with that situation. And now down by 2, yet to score in game 3 with a little under 2 minutes left to go. A very different situation than what Barcelona found themselves in, where just scoring 1 goal significantly changes the narrative. At this point for Dignitas, it's about winning. We talked about the big 3 in North America. They built a career on, even on the bad days, still finding a way to win. Dignitas didn't have bad days. And now here against PSG, possibly losing a 2nd series in a row, one that everyone unanimously predicted them to win. What is happening? Is Turbo Pulsa now down the field, 1:20 on the clock. Chaussette past Violent Panda. Another win in the midfield. Looking to bait in Yukio, who does not fall for it, but Farah is now up, just beats him by racing him to the ball. A double commit out of net for Turbo Pulsa and Violent Panda, the veterans, the teammates. People who have been in that situation many times, hundreds of times.
Well, this is when you start to sound the alarm wave. You have just 1 minute left in the game, down by 2. You have to sink a shot right now.
Farah follows it along. Violent Panda up. They've got to start winning a challenge if they want to do it. There's the one they could possibly work with, but Fruity cuts back in the tight rotation, and Farah with another shot on to sink it in. The nail in the coffin, put them in the ground. Dignitas gonna go 0-2 in week 2.
Yeah, and again, Farah shooting across his body here in an awkward spot for Turbo. You know, Turbo had a little bit of boost there, but he just didn't even have the position to jump for it. And PSG, they finally just cleanly close out a series, absolutely dominating Dignitas in this matchup.
I can't believe it. This is not the world I thought I was going to wake up to today. When I got out of bed, PSG a 3-0 sweep, Vitality a 3-0 sweep, but this one does go in. 22 seconds left. It is possible for Dignitas to come back, but so unlikely. As Yukio, though, finally beating one defender, and Turbo Pulsa finally beats Chaussette to a ball.
Yeah, and they needed more plays like this earlier. Now they're going to have to get something quickly off the kickoff, so we'll see if they have a set piece come out right here on the kickoff.
It all comes down to how they approach this. Can they win it right here, right now? A nice setup, Violent Panda airborne, but Chaussette hanging in the back, and he's going to be on the wall first, gets it away. Turbo Pulsa now looking back to Yukio. Can they find it? Another shot on target, but cleared by Chaussette. A double commit from Farah, but he grounds himself quickly. Violent Panda tries to pass it back in, but at this point, too little, too late. Turbo Pulsa can't win the challenge against Fruity, and it's all over. Chaussette will carry it down to a 3-0 sweep. The Dignitas War Machine vanquished 2 series in a row as it hits the ground.
And PSG, who would have thought them taking a 3-0 over Dignitas? You know, everyone predicted Dignitas winning this series. All of the commentators, all of the analysts. And PSG just comes out and plays rock-solid Rocket League. I loved everything I saw from them. The aggression, the rotations, the shots, everything was there for them.
Fruity going up here, the go-ahead goal, the one that just ended at Farah, and it's Farah. It was Farah this whole series. His whole team supported him. Excellent team play from everybody here on PSG, but Farah in particular was amazing to watch.
Yeah, it was great to watch. It honestly felt like Fruity was spearheading a lot of the attacks and then generating chances, but then he would not only on his way out, he was taking people with him.
Yeah, he was
like, all right, you know, you're trying to save this ball? No, I'm not going to allow you to.
Yeah.
Chaussette, Farah have at the net. And it's wide open.
And the thing that was different about PSG from like every game of Rocket League we've watched this season was they didn't miss. Every team, it seems like, is struggling with hitting the woodwork right now. But PSG come out and get a victory. A bit of a topsy-turvy week for the soccer clubs here in the first 2 matches. But match number 3 coming up quickly. We're to take a quick break. When we come back, the E-League champs take to the pitch. Can Triple Trouble take them on? We'll find out.